Hey, welcome back to Marketing Matters. You know, Christie, in your role as direct marketing and agricultural specialist, I think one of the most exciting areas you're working on right now is agritourism. Yep. It's a great way to diversify your offerings at your farm or your winery or just whatever kind of operation you have. Mm-hmm. And let's say that I want to start offering agritourism at my farm. I don't have a farm, but let's say I did.
Okay.
What are some of the things that I need to consider before going forward and trying to do something like that?
Well, that's a great question, Brad, and we do get that question quite a bit. And so the first and foremost, I would think, typically when we have farms, we're farm families. We're not an individual person. And so I think the first place to start is with the family and all those involved in the farm and find out what their goals are. Because I will tell you, it's a lot different being out in the field tending to plants and animals than it is to dealing with the general public. Mm-hmm. And so you really need to just make sure that everybody's on board and wants to interact in that manner with our customers and potential customers.
Who's ornery, the animals or the general public?
It depends on the day.
Okay. Well, what are some of the most popular forms of agritourism? Obviously, sometimes you can just bring people in to tour the farm, but then you can also have activities for them to do. Absolutely. Things like that, right? Yep. Can you kind of speak on what exactly you can do?
Well, very good. Well, I would think here in Ohio and really in a lot of places, one of the most popular activities is the fall pick your own pumpkins. And that really has grown over the years to not only do you go out and you pick your pumpkin, but you can take a wagon ride at the farm. People have corn mazes, where you can walk through and solve clues and try to make your way through that maze. And farmers have really just added so many different events and activities. Sometimes there are petting zoos. Sometimes there are jumping pillows. Sometimes there are slides that you can go down. So it's really designed to bring the general public onto a farm, help educate them again about how food is produced, but at the same time having them have that fun experience. Here in Ohio, one of the things that's included in our agritourism law that was passed here several years ago, pick your own operations, which people don't often think of as an agritourism destination, but it really is. And so you can go pick your own vegetables, your own apples, cherries, peaches, pumpkins, all those kinds of things. And one of the things I think that we have found is it's just such an eye-opening, enjoyable experience for the general customer that doesn't typically get to spend time on the farm. Mm-hmm. So that's been a really good way for producers to add agritourism to their operations.
Wow, yeah, it sounds really easy. I mean, it's kind of stuff that you would maybe let them do anyway. Right. But my kids, I remember we were taking a vacation. We passed through Amish country, and this was so cool because they had all these animals that the kids could walk through and pet and everything, and they loved it. I can imagine that would be a great thing for people trying to attract families with small children. They would really appreciate that. Now, one thing that kind of runs through my mind is what about the liabilities and stuff when you bring people onto your farm? What do you have to do? You have to have insurance and probably a lot of hoops to jump through with that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's again really good to think about what risks you're inviting or what risks are present on that operation. And so again, the state of Ohio has an agritourism law that provides some protections, but I would say that insurance is your most valuable asset to make sure that you are properly insured based on the activities that you have on that farm that you're letting your customers come and participate in. So definitely have a conversation with your insurance provider.
Okay. And, I do the newsletter here at South Centers, and our cover story in the spring was about a conference you held about agritourism, and I was amazed at the interest that this had drawn. I think you had around 100 people, which I thought was phenomenal. Can you talk a little bit about just how popular agritourism is getting? And I think it was evident from the conference that you had, the workshop or conference, whatever it was.
Well, again, from the farmer's perspective, it's very interesting because, again, it helps us to diversify our income stream and provide some off-season income for producers. But you do have to think through that process. That is an annual conference that we do, and so we'll be offering that again in 2020. We're in the planning stages for that now. But if you'd like more information about our team or adding agritourism to your farm, the contact information for our program is below.
Okay. Well, excellent, Christie, and I'm sure a lot of people will be excited and will contact you about that and try to find out more. So until next time, in the next topic, we'll see you. Thanks for watching Marketing Matters.
Thank you.